The Coke 600 is one of NASCAR's biggest events throughout the whole season.
Coming up on Racing Back Home, we'll preview NASCAR's longest and most grueling race.
It's just tough.
And it will be the last 600 for NASCAR's biggest name.
I'm eager to explore new opportunities.
It's a race where winning could be decided in the pits.
When everyone does everything perfect, that's when you bust off the low 10s and possible 9.
But imagine being behind the wheel.
I am ready. I will do this.
One of Fox8's own gives it a try.
Charlotte Speedway, nicknamed the granddaddy of NASCAR.
And we'll also take a look back at some racing history.
It's a great story.
Just dab a little on your cake plate here.
One of NASCAR's wives shares her story in the kitchen.
My grandma made wedding cakes for 40 years. She still does.
Decorating a cake is one thing, but imagine decorating a racetrack.
Just know that millions of people get to see it.
All this and more on Racing Back Home. A lot of good stuff there. Hello and welcome to our Fox8 Sports Special, Racing Back Home. I'm Danny Harnden.
And I'm Kevin Conley. Ty Dillon's wife, Haley, is enjoying some sweet success of her own. She dishes with Cindy Farmer about it.
So you're going to teach me how to do this?
Teaching an old dog new tricks isn't easy, but Haley Dillon, wife of NASCAR's Ty Dillon, gave it her best when trying to teach me how to frost and decorate a cake.
I like to kind of put like a mound in the middle.
For Haley, the talent runs in her family.
My grandma made wedding cakes for 40 years. She still does. Yes, she is incredible at it. And I mean, she's way beyond my skill level of making cakes. So she was kind of my inspiration to get into it.
She says she watched lots of Instagram videos to learn and get ideas. And before she knew it, she was posting her own cake decorating techniques for others to learn from.
And there you have it. The electric guitar cake.
And then there was the trial and error.
Well, it was Ty's mom's birthday, and I make her birthday cake, and I'm just like thinking it's gonna turn out fabulous. I had this cake wheel. I'm like, I know what I'm doing. It was a nightmare. It was so funny. Ty and I were cracking up. We had a great time trying to he comes in, he's like, okay, let me try and help you. It was horrendous, this cake. It turned out horrible. It was so funny. It tasted amazing, but everyone comes over to the house and I'm like, happy birthday, here's this lopsided cake.
Of course, her mother-in-law loved the cake, and since then, she's perfected her technique. She even taught me a few tricks of the trade, like using straws to keep the layers from sliding.
Even though these are pretty tiny cakes, I always like to make sure that my cake is good and sturdy. Yeah. So we're gonna trim a couple of these and stick them through the middle. And it kind of makes your cake more sturdy.
When it comes to talent, Haley has plenty of it. The former Charlotte Hornets honeybee now has a list of clients wanting her cakes.
At first it started as just a kind of a hobby for fun and through Instagram or word of mouth. If anything, it's like friends of friends.
She's so busy, she can now pick and choose orders she can fit into her schedule.
I've only had to stay home for one cake so far that I really just wanted it to turn out amazing. I had a girl's baby shower cake that I made.
Which was sort of practice for the future, as she and Ty just announced they're expecting baby Dillon in November.
It's kind of a funny story too, because I took 2 tests. They were both very faintly positive, but we didn't know what we were really looking for. We were like, okay, I think that's positive, but when you're trying and you want it to be positive, you're like, I want it to be bright and obvious. Yes. So
a trip to the doctor confirmed their hopes, and the announcement was made.
I like these white ones. These are pretty.
Just like the flowers on the cake, their baby will add an amazing touch to their lives.
So this year might be a little different. Everyone might need to come to us for the holidays, but it's going to be great. It'll be a very thankful Thanksgiving for sure. It looks really great. For your first cake, taught by me, I suppose, we did well.
Still to come, this lady has spent a lot of time behind the wheel.
I like being the favorite driver here.
She'll share some Charlotte Motor Speedway history.
So many memories.